want to say thank you to Japa. You came to the UK for sure. I can tell you were very prepared. You got us off the seats, you got us dancing for a very strong 3 hours. That was a performance from out of this world. Let me tell you, I think it's a moment most Zimbabweans in the UK were waiting for, and you came at the right time. You distracted us off everything, and then you got us refocused. We enjoyed ourselves. I'm told your next destination is Germany. People in Germany, invest your time to go and enjoy yourselves. That was an out-of-this-world kind of performance. Once again, congratulations on a new album launch. We are very happy about it, and we are full supportive. I think I'm also one of those people who are trekking you down again, down to Germany. I should be coming again, because I didn't get enough of what you're offering on the day. The podcast that talks about anything and everything. We cover from sports, religion, politics, social, you name it. I'm your host as ever, Doc McLeod. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. We are really excited today about everything that's been happening. My good people, I hope I find you well. Believing you are living the best of your life wherever you are. Just know that I have respectfully greeted you. Right. Without any further ado, let me go straight right into today's content. There is action to retain power within the Zanu-PF traditional lines so that it doesn't get shoved off by the social media influencers. So I've spoken to quite a number of people who are the media houses as well as the bloggers. Like I've always been saying every now and then that the best way to relay message to people is when you're speaking quoting right from the mouths of the real political players, rather than reporting on what somebody else has said. And for this to be enabled, Zanu-PF is within their own structure, within their own in-house. They discussed that they need to retain power within their traditional Zanu-PF lines, where information is relayed properly by the people who are authorized by the party to give out information. I know some people say when they're the only ones giving information, there's a lot of propaganda. Let's put that out. Let's put that aside for now. Let's understand exactly where Zanu-PF is coming from, because most of the things that are passed out within the Zanu-PF structures will end up affecting the national issues. You can deny that, but it still stands to be true. So the effects of the lines being aligned within the Zanu-PF party as a party will always spiral onto national issues. Social media influencers, they have become so many, and everyone is feeding people with whatever information they would want to hear. There shall be a gospel that is sweet in their ears, but will not be of God. So when you hear people wanting influencers or social media handlers to be giving them information or news that they want to hear, which won't be practical, we still then have got a serious problem, not within the parties, but within the followers of the parties, or the followers of the people of Zimbabwe. Positionally, let's be prepared to hear even the bad news. Whether they make us sad or not, let's continue to hear them. At least we are standing on a well-informed position. Then we'll be dealing with truth that we know, because we are speaking about it from a well-informed position. So in that division, they are seeing that it's stabilizing the party. So if the cracks are within the party, if these divides are within the Zanu-PF, they are saying, let's seal them, let's repair them. Once those are repaired, then we know we are able to deal with national issues. Because if people don't accept that, the Zanu-PF in-house divide can spiral into national divide. Just assume if it takes 10 years to go within the Zanu-PF divide, There won't be any opposition to stand against the Zanu-PF. So basically, we are also delaying ourselves. The best way for national issues to be addressed is when we allow first for the Zanu-PF in-house divide to be sorted. If that is not sorted and that fight continues, we are the very same people who are delayed to what we would want to see as a dream Zimbabwe. So from now onwards, you are going to see that the hashtags are going to disappear. These are things that I want you to note, so that you know that I'm not just saying these things offhand, but it's things that you're going to hear. The hashtags are now going to be removed. The pages that support propaganda and a lot of divisions, they are now going to be challenged. The influencers who are out there influencing divisions, speaking negative about other sides, they are also now going to be quietened and above all to be challenged. I know some might have heard this, but it's a point that still needs to be considered. There's an action to stopping the state-sponsored digital propaganda by countering them with false social media handles. These have also been noted, and within Zanu-PF structures, they now want to stop all of that so that we all work towards unity within the party of Zanu-PF. The civilian momentum disruptions, they are saying there are pages that are just there to create content to bring negative comments or that bring negativity, domination, and these are now going to be seriously traced and downed if possible. Anything that needs to be reported, they now want it on a neutral basis. You will see that this is exactly what I've been saying from day one, ever since I started on this broadcast, or on this channel, or on this social media handle. It's all about telling the bloggers and to be neutral in their reporting. Speaking something negative is correct. It's needed. You know, it helps transform situations. It helps people to introspect. It helps people to transform. So speaking negativity is not a problem, but don't be too biased. At the end of the day, also speak something positive about the very same people that you're speaking negative about, which I've always said, that if you want to see that you're a good critic of a situation, make sure you come up with 2 goods and 1 improvement. Tell us 2 good things about any situation, anything that you want to talk about, before you highlight the negative. You cannot continue to be highlighting negative things all the time and not speak anything positive. We call you a negatron. This is exactly what the party of Zanu-PF is saying. There's now going to be implemented what they call the exile within the party, and exile within the government. Right. What it means is this affects mostly ministers and members of parliament, right, as well as the councillors and every person active within the parties who is known to be very active and is sitting on an influential position. These people are going to be engaged. This law is actually going to, it's not a law as in court law, but it's a party law. Any person who's now going to be participating actively on social media on parts of divisive issues, which are non-governmental issues or priorities, like engaging with socialites, engaging in unapproved debates, commenting on social posts and commenting on other people's comments when you are in a government position or in office that carries a government symbol. It's going to be a challenge now because of what they are putting up together, because they've seen that a lot of information is coming from different corners, ending up confusing so many people, in the process bringing pain to a lot of followers whose hope keeps doing it every day after being raised by people who are just spreading information that's not tangible or proven or can be referenced. Right. Their biggest cry is the power for Zanu-PF is actually slipping from within the traditional party structures onto the charismatic social media chaos. They're saying if it's within Zanu-PF, power has always had what they call protocols. But at this point in time, they are seeing that power seems now to be going onto social media handles where there's a lot of chaos. And that's not helping the party to stabilize. At the very same time, that's not helping the party to reach out to an agreement on how they can settle their differences amicably. So those are people who are coming out, especially the designer socialites. The designer dressing socialites are now going to be quietened, slow but sure. I want you to take note of this so that you know that it's not coming off my head. And it hasn't started, but it's going to start very soon. Which means to say that I've got the right proven source of what's happening in there. So the social media, our socialites who are there coming out, branded top to bottom, they are now going to be quietened so that they don't have anything much to do with anything that can be referred to the party, because they seem to have become more powerful than people within the party structures. Issuing out of handouts, it also has been challenged, because even some people within the party are also now doing certain things just to appease the people that's giving out the handouts, so that they also become part of the beneficiaries. If you look at some people that have benefited from whatever handouts have been given, these are people that have been doing their very own thing, but not people that are coming to praise an individual. Some are fearing that praised individuals, as much as they are being clapped to, before you know it, they will end up getting high party positions without being properly proven. They want everything to be structured again through the Chitepo school of ideology. I'm told that one said, we cannot allow social media to just erode our 45 years of Chitepo school of ideology principles that have been applied. We're not talking about development or whatever, we're just talking about the party structure protocols. They say these have been intact for the last 45 years, but all of a sudden they are being eroded by the social media influence. So all that they're saying, it's got to be reinstated, and then we take off all those branded designer clothes personnel out of the way it has been said. They say their presence seems now to be much undermining the structures of the party. Military discipline in Zanu-PF party, they've also been alerted to that, and at the very same time they are saying it's challenging their ethos of their belief, and it's being eroded by the socialites who are bringing in things that is not much to do with the rebuilding of the nation. When power shifts to social media, it means that the barracks are being undermined. Remember, Zimbabwe believe that the power lies within the barracks. But if power is allowed now to continue to slip out and go to onto social media, it is those socialites who end up dominating even in decision making, because whatever they say, because they've got a very very big following, they are bound to be followed. So look out for what I'm telling you. Very soon it's going to be implemented. I don't think with a week or two will be too much, but very soon, it might actually even started being implemented now without being announced, because it's not everything that needs to be announced. They say command needs to be restored, and a real command is in the barracks. So the barracks are working independent. Like I said last time, that the barracks are now more onto national issues and having nothing to do with party issues. You remember one of the generals there who once said, Zanu-PF ichatonga kusvika madhongi amera nyanga. Those are some of the things that are now being eradicated. Such people are no longer allowed to be going where the Zanu-PF events are. Instead, they will only go out when it's time for national issues. So the fight here, or the challenge, is between the military and the designer clothes personnel who are being flashy, or who are busy flashing their lifestyle on social media. Continue watching this. What has led on to all this? Number one, they have sat down and discussed, realizing that if we continue to have the division within the party is going to crumble. And in the process, it will take a long time before the healing can start. This alone on its own delays progress to everything that's happening. So what they have done, number one, they've taken what we call an internal reflection on how information is being transmitted. Number two, they are saying they are monitoring the pressure that's coming because of many media outlets which are not proven and cannot be controlled, within the state structures. Above all, the internal division, because somebody somewhere is going to be accountable for what they are putting out on social media. And if you just allow any person to just report, people will report hogwash. People will say things that they cannot be held accountable for. So they are saying, let's continue to have our state-approved outlets. So if you want, you're a blogger, you're a media house, it's high time now you go and you register your company in Zimbabwe. At the very same time, you start then to be reporting properly and from a neutral point of view. Everything is permissible. There's nobody who's blocked out from coming. So if you are reporting from outside, or you're a social media handler, or you're a blogger, whatever you are, or a media house, the door is open for you to go to Zimbabwe, register your company, and do things the right way. The internal divisions within the Zanu-PF structure is also an issue that they say needs to be urgently addressed. This I'm told there's a word that has come even from the positions of power, so that it does not destabilize the nation as much as it's a party issue. And like I'm always telling you, that this party issue, this Zanu-PF party issue, also ends up spiraling onto becoming a national issue. The public fighting, they want there to be peace amongst people. If ever any differences, anything that needs to be discussed, people should do it in peace. What is it that we're talking about now? At the very same time, I have come up with something. From day one I've been coming here, I've been talking about social media handlers and media houses coming together, doing what we call platform sharing, giving news rather than competing for recognition or competing for supremacy. You've seen that you cannot unite one blogger against another blogger. Neither can you push together one media house against another media house for them to be on the same platform and do platform sharing. Everyone is thinking they are the best and they are at the top. Gambakwe doesn't speak to Simba Chikanza. Simba Chikanza doesn't speak to Hopo. Hopo doesn't speak to Gambakwe. Gambakwe. It's sort of like a total mess within the media house. As much as we the neutrals get to see and know that they all report differently and we respect and love them differently, we would want to say at this point in time, please unite, do platform sharing, and report also good things about your country. As much as some people might be very unagreeable about what's happening in Zimbabwe, let's also start to speak positive things about it. That's all they want. They're not stopping you from reporting. And what I like is, once you come on neutral grounds, you are being given the free way. You are being given the free will to even be interviewing the real political players, rather than people getting a hearsay. Someone is saying this, someone is saying that. These people are there. Get it from the horse's mouth so that you report with first-hand information. And I've never known anyone to have their door closed for as long as your platform is neutral. That's all they are encouraging. Then there are some punchlines that have made some media houses to be very discredited, very challenging. We definitely need your platforms. We definitely need your platforms. We definitely need your platforms. I've repeated it 3 times. Because you share news, but let your news be neutral. Let your news not be biased. Then mistrust, the questioning, the scrutiny, and the doubting is all coming from the way the news is being presented. So I've spoken to people who actually make sure that media in Zimbabwe is run properly. They've told me everyone is welcome to register their company. The only thing is, don't be biased. Bring your news on neutral platform. We are not stopped from criticizing, but also show praise in other things that are good. It's not like the whole country of Zimbabwe is dark, is black. It's not like that. There's also certain things that's happening. Some developments are happening. Although they might be not at the rate that other people are perceiving them to be, but still they are happening. Such also needs to be reported on a positive side before you even speak about the negative side of the same projects. With this, I say stay